Hi, I'm Dr. RJ Burr, and I look ridiculous. So in the spirit of the 90s theme of Mom and Dad BOD WOD, I thought I'd have a little fun today and throw on some retro stuff. Hope you don't mind. Thank you for your interest in downloading the free workout of the Mom and Dad BOD WOD. You obviously have shown interest in our program, so the purpose of this workout is to give you an idea of what our workouts are like. So typically we use some minimal equipment, some bands, a couple weights, very minimal equipment, which is great. However, you might not have that equipment. So today we're going to go through our program. We're going to cycle through 3 exercises that don't require any equipment at all. What typically happens in the videos is that they're 8 rounds, and it goes through a cycle of 3 exercises, 30 seconds off, or sorry, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off. We cycle through 8 rounds. It's a total of 12 minutes. In the videos, the first 2 rounds, well, the first round, I go through some coaching cues for the moves themselves. Round 2, I go through some tips and tricks or ways to change it up. So what I'm going to do before we start our workout today is I'm going to go through those 3 moves for you so you understand the principles of how to do them well. They're pretty basic, but to get the moves right, the smallest details make the most amount of difference regarding if you're getting the most out of it or not, and reducing your risk for injury. So let's get it started. The first one we're going to do today is going to be a simple squat. Number 2 is going to be a split squat or lunge, not split squat, sorry, a reverse lunge. And then number 3 is going to be a simple plank, and we can add some movement into it as well. So let's get started. For the squat, what we'll do is you typically want to stand about feet about shoulder width apart, maybe a little wider, typically not very narrow. Most people want to go shoulder width apart, or maybe a little wider if you have some issues with hips where you feel like you have to kind of bend over or fall over. So with the squat, what we want to first make sure we're doing is that the entire foot is flat on the ground. We don't want to arch our feet open. We don't want to dip the knees in, that sort of thing. So feet completely flat, splayed out. If you have some really cushioned shoes, too cushy, just go barefoot, or you want more of a minimalist shoe. We don't want too much cushion, too much lift in a shoe when we're doing this stuff. So number 2 is that before we start the squat, we want to make sure that we're thinking about our knees tracking over our midfoot. So think like in line with your second toe. We don't want to be squatting where our knees come in or excessively out. So ideally, we want our ankles, feet, knees, and hips typically in a line where we look at a squat like this as opposed to like this or outward like this. Now, most people don't go that excessive out or in, but you want to think knees are tracking over the feet. Okay. Number 2 is we want to think that we're not diving the knees forward. Okay. We don't want to do that. How we prevent from doing that is we're not squatting straight up and straight down. We want to think butt back first. So what I like to think about is karate chop yourself in the hips, or just think about sticking your booty back a little bit like you're going to touch the wall. Now that you're in this position, now we can go down. Because when we go down, the knees are not going to go way over the toes. They're going to stay in line or behind them. If we don't do that, it comes way forward. Now, some of you may have difficulty with squatting like this and feeling like you're going to bend way over or fall forward. If that's the case, grab something around your house. It doesn't have to be a weight, but something around like maybe 10, 20 pounds. And what you do is you hold it up to your chest, because when you do that, it helps provide a counterbalance. And if you need more support, you just reach out a little further. That helps you stay upright like you're sitting back into a chair and chest tall, as opposed to having to lean way forward to squat down like this, which is not ideal. All right, so that's our squat. So remember, feet flat, ankles, knees, hips, all in alignment. Karate chop at the hips or booty back. Squat down, push to the ground, stand tall. Simple. Number 2 is going to be your lunge. We're going to do a reverse lunge. So what we'll do is we'll start just standing tall, and you're simply going to take one leg and step back, tap the knee to ground, stand back up, switch sides, tap, come back up. Just like with the squat, you want to make sure when you are doing this, you're doing it with slow and controlled. Your foot is staying flat, and your knee is tracking in line with your ankle and your hip. You're simply going straight down and then coming back up. Pretty simple. We're just alternating, taking our time, so we're not doing this or we're not doing that. We don't want that there. Number 3 is going to be our plank. So Plank is pretty simple. You plank, right? Most people would want to do is you just come up into this position here and we hold. The issue is with this, I can hold this forever and all I'm doing is just hanging off my joints. I'm hanging my head down, my back is excessively arched. This is not very difficult. What we can do to make sure we're in a better alignment or straighter in the spine and not hanging off our joints is by a few little cues, and it will dramatically change the challenge of your plank. So what we're gonna do is start in the knees first to make sure you can get this, and on our forearms. So let's go into a forearm plank, and then knees down like this, think kind of like maybe out a little bit like frog legs. Then from here, if my back is arched like this, I'm gonna think about tucking my tailbone or like bringing my belt buckle up toward my nose. So I'm gonna do a little scoop like this, right? I like to call it a plumber butt, as opposed to doing a J-Lo booty, like sticking your butt out. You wanna tuck it under and do a plumber butt so that back stays relatively flat. Number 2 is going to be if your head's hanging down, we wanna think long spine and pull that chin in toward our throat, where you can see now I'm making a nice straight line with my spine. Next, I'm gonna hold this and just lift my knees off, maintaining this position. Good. Now I'm in a quality plank here, which is a lot more challenging than being here. Good. And if this is already easy for you to plank like this, you can add a little bit of movement going forward and back, or doing some small circles. Great, that's your coaching cues, tips, and tricks for these moves. Now we'll go into the workout so you can experience it fully. I will talk about it at the end after we're done doing it. And to give you the full experience of what each workout of the Mom and Dad BOD WOD is like, they're all set up this way. They're programmed different moves and exercises for the entire 30-day program. I hope you enjoy and that you become a member, and thank you for watching. Finally, time for the workout. Let's get it started. In every single workout, the first round I start by giving coaching cues for each of the 3 exercises. In the following second round, I go through tips and tricks and ways to change up your moves in order to make them easier, harder, so on and so forth. I've already talked the first part of this video, so I'll let you work out without my chatter. See you at the end. thanks for working out with me. No, unfortunately, I don't always look this ridiculous in the videos. It's just for this little free workout promo one to have a little fun. But I hope you enjoyed it. So no equipment, pretty simple. We don't have to worry about left and rights like some other stuff. This is a very, very, very simple workout. It's not just, this simple's great, but there's a lot more to it than just this. So to go over the moves very quickly, squat, we went over that. What you can do when you're in it, just to feel like you need it a little bit more, a little bit less, slow it down. Take your time and take a break in between reps if you need to take a break or slow down. But what I mean is when you slow down, slow going down and slow up will give you a little more of a challenge of your strength and muscles without giving you if you need to bring your heart rate down a little bit because you're getting a little cardio from this, which is totally fine, but you can modify this any way you want with tempo. Number 2, the lunges, same thing. You can change the tempo on it, makes it a lot harder. If it's too easy, you can even do like a jump switch and land into the other side for the reverse lunge. So you can do a kind of little hop, step, skip type thing, switch in the air, lunge, switch in the air. That's pretty advanced. If you have a hard time with this, just go slow. You don't have to drop down all the way. Reverse lunge back, bring your back knee down as far as you can tolerate, come back up. You're going to build on this and get better over time. Lastly, the plank. I hope that you felt that your plank that you did was better than maybe the ones you've done in the past. Or if you have a hard time getting into that position, just make sure you're conscious of it, aware of it, take your time at getting better at it. But we want to feel that we're getting that tuck under so our back feels flat, our chin is pulled in so we have that flat, straight spine. It's not going to be perfect. We want to get as close to it as possible. If you need to, we don't have the body awareness, get in front of a mirror to have someone take a picture of you, pull out a smartphone, whatever. But the most important part of this entire program is not only the time efficiency of getting a workout in, but it's learning and understanding the quality of movements, because you can take all the stuff you learn here and make your own workouts. You don't have to follow mine. I build them for you, but it's the principles that matter, and once you have the principles, you can do whatever you want with it. So that's it for me. If you're still with me, I would love to offer you the least amount of resistance to get into this program. If at this point you enjoyed it, you know you need this, so I'm going to offer you a discounted rate in order to pick this up now, so you can be a part of the Mom and Dad BOD community, to not only have these exercises and workouts forever, but to also have access to me and the other supplements I'm going to be adding to this program as we go. It's not up yet. We're planning on having a Facebook group so that personalized questions or personalized attention can be offered to your questions in a community that is all about getting this workout in and cares about fitness and health. But we struggle to find the time to do it and prioritize ourselves because we have other parts of our life that may be a little more important. So there's a lot of us out there like that. So let's create that community and to help one another out, and we all work together better as a village or a team. So I hope to see you as a member here very soon. And again, thank you very much for your interest in downloading this workout and being on our newsletter. Look forward to hearing from you soon.